So Rick, then when it comes to ensuring CMMC compliance, businesses often face the dilemma of upgrading their existing network, like we talked about, or opting for a specialized solution. Can you elaborate on these two different options?
Sure. You have a couple solutions that you can look at when we're looking at upgrading an entire network.
Yeah.
That means everybody in the whole company has to do the same thing and meet the same requirements, regardless of if they're going to access CUR or not, because they're in that environment. So it may mean that, once again, you have training for everybody. You have to look at all your equipment. Does it have to be upgraded? Now patching becomes more complicated because now you have more equipment that needs to be patched or updated. Controlling more group policy activities. So it just increases how big your scope is that you're looking for. So think of everything in that network that might touch CUI now is within scope.
Wow.
So it's a big deal to look at that because there's licensing for every computer. And once again, it depends. There can be some significance. Just throw in an ITAR requirement as part of that CMMC. Now you have to have a higher level of access for some of your tools. So once again, it's not so bad if you only have a single tool, but when you multiply that out, how many users you have is one way. Another way, getting a little techie, you can create a subnet, which takes a subsection of your network, make it a smaller grouping of individuals. That also, once again, it's still a little bit more expensive because now you need to have the expertise in order to do that. Even with all this, you need a certain level of expertise. So when you're dealing with a network, dealing with a whole organization or a piece of the organization, that becomes a little bit difficult and more expensive. But it allows for a broader workflow, if you will. The Enclave solution, one of which we have, it would be the Core Vault, is a virtual machine up in the cloud in a FedRAMP moderate or equivalent environment. So we know the data is protected, it's encrypted. So we're doing everything in a very small container, if you will, and everything, even your access. You can't download information onto your PC. Everything's confined in that environment, in that Enclave up in the cloud. If you're talking about an Enclave that is a on-premise solution, once again, everything stays on that physical machine, encrypted. Only one person has access to it. The same with both the Enclave and the cloud. On the premise. So that's something you have to be aware of. It is a very limited access controlled by the configuration, but it meets all the controls. It meets all the requirements for the CMMC and for the NIST 800-171.
Thank you for watching this video to the end. This is part of a longer series on DFARS, NIST, and CMMC compliance produced by Core Business Solutions. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video with a thumbs up, and click the bell to get notified when we drop a new video. Also, we'd appreciate it if you would share this video with your colleagues who need to stay up to speed on DFARS, NIST, and CMMC. Thank you, and we'll see you again in the next video.